Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Cohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.cohut@twfg.com. Cohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Live from Brooklyn Memorial Stadium, this is the SmeeSports Pregame Show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Today's encore performance, it is our third and final doubleheader coming to a close as the Holy Name Green Wave welcome in the Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy Royals. I am Nathan Smee, Cam Ragazzo alongside me for pregame and on the call for you this evening. Cam, here we are. Week 7 is coming to a close tonight. A lot of interesting games. Teams are starting to get eliminated from the playoffs, but other teams, just like the two on display tonight, fighting for potentially a playoff spot still if you are Holy Name. Otherwise, a home game.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a big week, a big game going into today. A lot of different results that we saw last night, but yes, it's definitely a big game on a Saturday.
And we'll touch on last night quite a bit during our prediction segment as a lot of interesting results happened in a lot of games that I don't think anybody saw happening, such as the Elder victory over Archbishop Muller. But taking a look at these two teams to begin, Holy Name last week against NDCL, a 21-0 loss. From what I was told, the offense just couldn't get going at all. The defense in the first quarter had their struggles, allowing 21 points early. But after that, it was a stalemate all the way around. NDCL really didn't feel too comfortable in that game. I mean, 21-0 at halftime, and that was the final score. So nothing in that second half. The defense, obviously, the big positive, and the big negative based on that is the offense of Holy Name scoring nothing in a week that they came off of a shutout themselves for homecoming.
Yeah, definitely an interesting thing to see. Obviously, like you said, good that the defense kind of picked it up there in the second half and didn't allow much, but kind of surprised, like you said, after coming off kind of that dominant victory the homecoming week, coming out with 0 points. So definitely need to see a couple steps up from that today.
And if they don't step up, then this game is going to go south quick. And the big thing to look at for Holy Name is those shutouts. They played in 3 this year, 2-1 overall. But that shutout last week came at, I would say, the worst possible time. That was week 1 of conference play. I think they are the only team in conference yet to score this season, as Padua got on the board last night late, losing to NDCL. And then the week before that, obviously, they played against EC, lost that one 21-14. But Holy Name, they're the odd man out in the conference, the only team yet to score. They have to change that tonight. You can't have 2 weeks in a row of nothing, then go on the road to Elyria Catholic, a team that has already toppled your rival, and with that win, ending their playoff hopes effectively.
Yeah, definitely, like you said, that you have to kind of get back in that offensive mentality. You have to be able to push the ball down the field. You have to kind of rely on your defense to create a turnover, to set you up nicely, to kind of maybe kickstart your offense.
And then looking at, as well as somebody come on camera, that is the typical thing that happens during any of these pregame shows, no matter where we are. But looking at CVCA, for the first time, they took down Lake Catholic 28-21 last week. A great game at the JTO. A great run from Levac set up. Another good run from Joey Kopak, the Rutgers commit. That was the game winner. Just a great play if you've seen it. Kind of just dove over a defender at the last minute and bam, in the end zone. CVCA gets the win. They're 5-0 on the year. And the interesting thing about that matchup, Cam, that was the first game all year that the starters saw the second half. Outside of that, they had played 2 combined games across 4 total matchups.
That was a crazy stat when you first brought it up to me, but obviously they're trying to do their best to keep their guys fresh, and obviously when you only play 2 quarters and still able to ride out those wins, and you're doing a pretty good job. Obviously they're still 5-0, but just interesting to see how they come off last week after actually playing a full game.
And I mean, through 5 games so far, they have allowed 45 points, 14 to Canton South in week 2, or their version of week 1, then 10 on the road at Boardman. Those were early points, as Boardman did control early on before CVCA decided, you know what, we made the hour drive, we are not dealing with this, and put their foot down. And then obviously last week, the big one, allowing 1 to Lake Catholic. 9 points averaging as a defense is not something you usually see. I feel like that's reserved for teams that either A, are really good, which I think CVCA falls in that category, or B, teams that basically play your...
No one.
Exactly. I mean, I kind of think some of the teams they played, I mean, you look at Akron Garfield, 56-0, they're not really that great. But then again, you look at them the next weekend, oh shoot, they beat Carrollton. A very good Carrollton as well, and that Carrollton team pushing for a playoff spot. Don't really know how to gauge Akron Garfield, as they've won a couple of games. They're around 500 and beating good opponents at the same time as well. Woodridge, they've won a couple of games since their 49-0 demolition. Same with Canton South. They've won a couple of games as well. Boardman, they're still a solid team. They're playing solid opponents and still finding ways to win. And once again, without their starters playing at all in the third or beyond.
Yeah, definitely really kind of an interesting thing to kind of look at. Like you said, kind of really tough to gauge some of these teams, especially, going in, you lose to one team and you think they're going to get blown out, and all of a sudden you turn around and the exact opposite happens. Definitely, it's a weird little thing of high school football.
And then the last game that we're going to talk about in our opening segment is the one that we were at last night, 48-17, Salem over Minerva. Cletus Monroy and company getting the big win, Cletus being our player of the game. A great win for Salem. Cana, he had a hat trick. X-Line, he had the opening 2 touchdowns. Monroy, 2 in the air, 1 on the ground. All the way around, Salem looked like a well-oiled machine now, 4-3 on the year. Same with Minerva. It looks like they will be the 10th seed in Region 13. For those who don't know, that was the old region of Holy Name, taking a 1-year hiatus from Division 3, Region 10. That was our senior year back in 2023. We were in Region 13, and I believe Salem was one of the teams that did kind of make it where we did not make the playoffs. A lot of things obviously did go into that. Not winning games we should have won was a big thing with that, but that was one of the teams that kind of kept us out of the playoff picture. They have a good shot this year to get back after not making it last year, albeit they almost squeaked in early on week 10 against West Branch. They gave the Warriors a big scare. They were winning at one point in that matchup. But as for Minerva, even if you end the year 4-6, which I don't think happens, especially next week, that's our game of the week next weekend. Without Evanich from Arlington, I just don't see the offense at all getting going. And I mean, you allowed 63 points yesterday without scoring even against the second string. I mean, I feel like that sets the stage for a very interesting and close affair next Friday. But Minerva, a lot of things to look at. Canada Kirkpatrick very close to his first career passing touchdown. Nate Linkus just unfortunately couldn't haul it in the end zone. 3 red zone trips to begin the game. You score on 1, and that was a field goal. Then 4 and out twice. A lot of things to look at. Most likely out of the playoffs, but once again, 4-96 in the prior 10 years. However, in 2025, 4-3, or if it continues this way, 4-6. That's really impressive.
Yeah, definitely an incredible turnaround in the program. Obviously, that's exactly what you want to see, and you didn't really expect it coming into this year, but they're really shocking to people, even like you said, even if they still go 0 for the rest of the year, but still just an amazing team.
And then with that sets the stage for next year. You add Howland to the conference, and I think, honestly, that is really going to be a good test for them. Howland is a good team, not the best team. Marlington did beat them this year, albeit with Evanich healthy. A lot of moving pieces, but I do want to talk about the anomaly of last night's game. To begin the second half, Minerva does receive the kick. Nate Linkus takes it to the house for a touchdown. That makes it all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 27-10. We're thinking, okay, 3-score game. They have a shot, right? I think anybody would think that in that instance, correct?
I mean, I would say so.
Then Salem decides, you know what, we don't like our offense that much either, and we're just going to go and do the same thing. Back-to-back kickoff returns for touchdowns, and I'm still baffled by it. I have never seen anything like that. I believe it took us 28 seconds to see a play from scrimmage in the second half. I think there was 11:32 on the clock, or maybe even 32 seconds, 11:28. I forget which one of those figures is accurate, to actually see a play from scrimmage. 2 kick returns for touchdowns, 14 combined points, without seeing Monroy, Kirkpatrick, and either offense, which that's just really
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't even add up really, but that's what happened in that game, and the win did go to the Salem Quakers, now 4-3 on the year. As we step aside and hear a word from our sponsors, it's time to start thinking about the bigger picture for both teams. Holy Name and CVCA running 2 unique styles. CVCA more of a run-oriented team. Holy Name not afraid to sling the rock around with junior quarterback Connor Jamison. But more on that in a few moments as we toss things back down to the field. Time locally is 6:27 p.m. as you are watching the SmeeSports Pregame Show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. We will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Cohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.cohut@twfg.com. Cohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Welcome back to Brooklyn Memorial Stadium in Brooklyn as you are watching the SmeeSports Pregame Show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Time locally is 6:30 on the dot. And Cam, I think it's time that we break down these teams on a deeper level, starting with the Holy Name Green Wave entering play today. Just a solid year from them, an improvement from last year, and that is the big thing for them. They wanted to show signs of improvement after a rough couple of seasons. They did make the playoffs last year, but lost heavily to Rocky River the year before that, obviously missing the playoffs on the last day. Their defense, a solid one. I mean, not bad at all. You look at their numbers, 12.3 points per game allowed, and a lot of that does come based on their shutouts because the games that they did lose this year, that's where the points started to add up. 28 against Gilmore and then 21 against NDCL, but nobody has been able to drop a 30-burger on the Namers this year. And looking at this team, you might look at it and ask, okay, how has that happened? Because I was kind of expecting to see at least somebody in the 30s by now.
Yeah, definitely, like you said, really interesting. But I just think really the way this defense is coached and really put together, a lot of guys kind of having to step up with some injuries here and there. But really, like you said, they played really well down the stretch, not even allowing 30 points. That was it. That was all I had.
It sounded like you're going to a tangent there.
It sounded like I was going to.
Just a hard stop go.
Yeah.
But going to the offense, averaging 21 points per game, and I feel like that is still kind of high. This is a team very much built like the Cleveland Browns. A lot of defense, the offense needing to get rolling. They need just another impact player, which is crazy to say when you have Rodriguez and Nemeth, but there's just something missing from the offense, and they found it in a couple of games, but I feel like the only game they've truly done just what they've needed to do completely in a weird way is that Madison game. Not even Normandy, because Normandy, you look at the beginning of that game, the Hens team had a big error to begin the season. The offense had a way. The offense did have some struggles in that game before finally getting going. That Madison game, that was a game that was always going to be keep it close and then at the end win it, and that's exactly what they did. So my question is, how does this offense really shape up tonight against a very strong CVCA defense that once again has shut out 2 teams, has held 4 teams under 20, and hasn't allowed more than 21 in a game this season?
I think it's always got to start with the backs. You have to get X and Nemi both some carries. You got to test out the water, see how they go. Try it up the middle. If not, try it on the outside. See if you can't get your speedy guys into open space. And then it all relies on Connor Jameson. Can he effectively pass the ball down the field? Can he hit open receivers? Can he step up in the pocket and run when he needs to? I think a lot of this game is going to heavily rely on the shoulders and the arm of Connor Jameson.
And then bouncing back to the defense, you look at CVCA's offense. A very interesting one. It's a wing T and two-back formation pretty much every single time. How do you combat the quote-unquote wing T, the double-back formation, in a way that doesn't really allow them to get too many yards outside of the hashes? Because, once again, that D-line is very heavily banged up.
Yeah, I think it's a lot on focusing where the ball is. A lot of misdirection is usually what happens in the wing T, but trying to just keep an eye on who is the actual ball carrier, trying to break down those blocks. Especially a lot of times there's a lot of blockers moving in one direction on the wing T, and you try and attempt to go for the ball carrier, but it's not a bad idea to try and take out those blockers to see if someone behind you can come and grab the ball carrier.
Now, looking at CVCA, obviously the household name that they have is Rutgers commit Joey Kopak. We have been hearing about him every single year, Cam. I mean, from the time that he was a freshman to now, I think CVCA football has had him mentioned as their guy pretty much every single minute since 2022. Even before we even saw CVCA on Holy Name Broadcasting, we knew, okay, they got this kid named Kopak. He's getting looks from Kent State already as a freshman. And that was just one of those household guys that we knew, we understood what he can do, and now that he's a senior, he has really proven it. And, oh, by the way, younger brother Tommy might be just as good with a bigger stature.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy to see Holy Name's defenses really got to step up tonight big if they want to stop him. And like you said, even if they try and stop him, he's got a brother that could potentially try and fill his brother's shoes, if not two more.
And I am mistaken, at least right now, 1 inch shorter, 5 pounds lighter, but pretty much the same exact player. You'll see number 24 and 20 out there, and they will look almost identical. Now their offense led up by Charlie Levac, a very good campaign so far for him. You look at his passing, I mean, 471 yards in 5 games. You might say, okay, under 100 yards per game. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we look at the quarters here. 3 complete games. Averaging over 100 in complete games when we're actually looking at 4 quarters of action. And I think that has to be the thing that we look at for these stats. They might not be as big as last year because CVCA, they were in more games last year than they were now. I mean, a lot of those games were a lot closer than this year because, once again, the 17 senior group, the most seniors that Coach Cook has had in his 5-year tenure, have really come together, and they have been playing together for a long time. They understand what it takes to win as a team, and they know how to win the CVCA Royal Way, and that was shown in the last playoff game at home against Chardon, that forced fumble to win the game with 20 seconds left.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really tough time for this Holy Name defense today, especially, I mean, we keep talking about how explosive this offense is, but also kind of the asterisk on the stats, as you might say, because they've played in only half of the quarters. I just definitely think it's going to be really interesting to see. It's going to be, I talked about it earlier, how interesting to see how CVCA comes out and after playing a full game, are they going to look a little rusty or are they going to look a little lethargic, or are they going to come out and try and do what they've been doing and only play half the game?
And I think we'll go out of order here for a moment here. Let's talk about some keys to victory, and then we'll have a last segment talking about all the games from yesterday. What are your keys to victory tonight for the Holy Name Green Wave? As obviously a lot's on the line for them. You win here, and there's a pretty decent chance that they do at least clinch a playoff berth tonight.
Well, I think I talked about earlier, the biggest one is, can Connor Jameson take a step forward when passing the football? Can he hit those receivers downfield when they're open? Can he throw the ball in tight windows? Can he step up in the pocket when he needs to? He's done a good job of that so far this year, but I feel like this defense, and especially this defensive line and linebacker core, is going to be raining down pressure on him all night long. So he needs to be able to step up, evade the pressure, and make smart decisions down the field.
And I think for CVCA, the big one is get all these guys involved. I mean, you can look here, 8 guys right here, all with heavy carries. Levac down here as well. You have, on top of that, your wide receiver and Braden Harris. Get everybody involved a little bit equally. Obviously, you want to give Kopak a lot of carries. I mean, this is not an Akron-Garfield game where He touches the ball once, says salutations, and goes back to the sideline and enjoys that one with the company of his teammates. This is a game that he is going to be in, I would say, at least the first half on every single defensive snap if possible. And then you go and look at the offensive end of things. He doesn't have to necessarily be in on every single snap, but he has to be an impact player on every single set of downs. I think that's kind of a more reasonable expectation for Joey Kopech. Number 2, let Levac throw the ball when he wants to. You look at him so far this year, 25 completed passes, and he has a total of 10 touchdowns. You look at that. Let's break it down a little bit here. For every 2.5 passes that Charlie Levac has thrown in 2025, he has scored a touchdown. Beyond that, every single pass he throws, regardless of completion status, 3.4 per touchdown.
Jeez.
That just doesn't seem legit. And once again, this is a team that they like to run the ball, run that football. But when they need to throw the ball, there's a lot of guys who can step up, use that. And then number 3, let the defense be the defense. I mean, this defense, you know what you're going to get from them. 3-4 setup, could be a 3-5 depending on the set, depending on who they want to get in the game. Let them operate the way they want to, and if they do, I think they have a great shot to win tonight. CVCA, a 30-point favorite for a reason tonight, Cam, and I think if all goes to plan, they're going to prove why and then some. But we'll see if they end up doing that, as that is a big thing. Paper predictions, it's all just in principle. It's never truly what you would expect necessarily, albeit Drew Pastor has had a great history predicting Holy Name in the past, pretty much being spot on, but it's all chalk talk until it actually happens on the field. And right now we are 20 minutes away from kickoff. Time locally is 6:40 as we will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors as you are watching the SmeeSports Pregame Show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Coha Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.cohut@twfg.com. Cohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Welcome back to Brooklyn Memorial Stadium for our third and final segment of the SmeeSports Pregame Show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. It's time to recap week number 7 of the OHSAA football season, starting with our prediction leaderboard. Cam, can you kindly read out how things stood last week, entering play for week 7?
So entering play for week 7, the fans were in first with 51-39. Gabe was in second, 50-40. Smee was in third at 45-45, and I was in last at 42-48.
But Cam, you came in second this week, 50-55. You're still in the basement. Then we go up to number 2, not number 3. I have tied Gabe, 56-49. Both of us that. Gabe had a 6-9 week. I had an 11-4 week. The one game I had wrong at the top was Toronto over Tuslaw. I didn't give Brock Dial's group enough credit. But then 11, 12, and 13, Westerville, Northwestland, Lake, Jackson, and Fitch and Perry. I got those wrong. I had them flipped. Or, no, I had that wrong. 10 through 12, I had Moeller, Westerville North, and Lake. Those were wrong. That's what got me. But still now, tied second place, 2 games behind the fans. All I'm saying, I'm coming for you, fans. We're going to find a way here, and we're going to find a way to go back down to last place. I know that's going to happen. But
Well, I hope so. For my sake, I hope so.
we have 45 more games left to predict this regular season. It cuts off at the end of the regular season, Cam, so we don't do the playoffs for it. If we do, it would just be an independent thing. I think basketball season, we do bring it back in a slightly different format, and same for baseball. But for now, football's the big one, and there's a couple of us competing, and a couple of us, or one of us, that has gotten their participation trophy and is ready for the 2026 football season. Wonder who that one is going to be, Cam.
You can definitely say that.
But rounding out the games, Wadsworth taking down Hudson. No surprise there. I mean, Wadsworth is a well-built team, well-coached, top to bottom. I'm not surprised at all that they won that game.
No, yeah.
Then you have Olmsted Falls over Avon Lake. That one was a tough one. Avon Lake controlled throughout the majority of the game. Olmsted Falls pulled away at the end. Same exact thing happened in a game that we will mention later. But now Perrysburg-Finley. Perrysburg's always a top dog. I just had to go with them in that one. Finley was competitive, but Perrysburg doing just enough. Once again, Tuslaw getting a big victory, I think by over 20 points against a very talented Toronto squad. So a very good win for them. So we will see how they go into the next couple of weeks. McKinley and Hoover up next. McKinley, oh man, they were losing early. They came back 1-1, and that means North Canton Hoover has lost for the first time this season. Not something that we really were expecting to happen necessarily, but I predicted it because, once again, McKinley is McKinley. Cleveland Heights over Medina, not too surprised there. Medina, just a couple of down years in a row, and the struggles continue. Nordonia, Twinsburg, I think pretty straightforward there as well.
Yep.
North Ridgeville and Berea Mid-Park. I had North Ridgeville. You had Mid-Park, I believe.
I did.
Ridgeville at the end, once again, pulling off the great victory. I'm not surprised. They have a lot of talent still, and once again, that talent carries them to victory. Eds and Ignatius, yeah, I mean, Eds was going to win that game. Even if it wasn't close, they were going to win that game.
I mean, yeah, it was close, but still a good result.
Speaking of a good result, Elder taking down Moeller.
I believe that was at the pit.
That was at the pit. I think it was a sold-out crowd as well. I think it's at 15,000, which I don't believe that for a high school game, but it looked like a lot of purple.
I mean, I was contemplating taking them, but I mean, they were number 1 for a reason, right? You really can't go against number 1, but Elder showed why.
Then North and Westland. Westland got that win. Bryce's sister, I think, said that Westland was going to win, and that's why he went with them. Going against his dad's alma mater and was right. I'll give him credit for that one. That was a nice pick.
Yeah.
Then next up after that, Lake and Jackson. Jackson, what a win. Rebuilding year, but all of a sudden, they're third in the Federal League, and they are most likely in and potentially most likely hosting a playoff game, which in its own right is insane. Just how good that they have done. Wrapping things up quickly. Fitch over Perry, no surprise there. Canfield over Louisville, that one was closer than expected, and they did a great job with that one as a lot of media was there, a lot of attention was there. So then they were able to go out there with that pressure and get the win on the road as well. So a lot of credit to the Canfield Cardinals remaining undefeated. Finally, Brunswick and Euclid, a 4th down stop by the Brunswick Blue Devils at the 5-yard line, ended that game 17-16, taking down a 4-star in Telfair. Great win for the Blue Devils. We had some coverage there last week, so glad to see Brunswick getting that win, and that is where things stand for that week. We'll talk more about some other games during the broadcast. We'll talk more about that Minerva game, West Branch Alliance getting a big win over Carrollton, and much more, but that'll do it for our portion of the SmeeSports Pregame Show. We'll toss things downstairs to the Holy Name High School Marching Band as they play the fight song and get us ready for kickoff. Stay tuned live here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. It is time for Week 7, Part 2 of the OHSAA football season. But this has been the SmeeSports Pregame Show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
And ladies and gentlemen, please continue to stand for the playing of the Holy Name Alma Mater, followed by the national anthem.
There are the Royals, and there are the Namers. Holy Name back at Brooklyn for the first time since the middle of September. A great victory over the Madison Blue Streaks. This is OHSAA on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field, say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable. Live from Brooklyn Memorial Stadium, this is OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Only took us 2 tries to get that down tonight, Cam, so hopefully that is not a precursor for what is going to happen tonight. But he's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Should be a fun one as the Holy Name Green Wave coming into play today look to get another big victory. Their first in conference play this year over the CVCA Royals. CVCA entering play tonight stand at 5-0. Holy Name 4-2. 2 tough losses on the year. Last week the NDCL was one of them. The other was Gilmore Academy, a game that we covered back in week 2. Cam, you see one of your former teammates in Owen Pry getting ready for the opening kick. What does he and the rest of the Namers have to do tonight to be successful?
They got to come out, they got to stop them on defense, and they got to score early and often.
And here we go. We are off to the races. The kick is taken in at around the 10-yard line by Keeler. And Keeler is down quickly. A nice job swarming the ball carrier by the Namers. And that'll set the stage for Charlie Levac, the senior quarterback of the CVCA Royals.
Really going to be an interesting thing here to see this wing T offense. I don't know the last time I've actually seen a wing T offense in person, but got to see it tonight.
The last time I saw it was 24 hours ago, Cam, and that was Minerva and Salem football. Oddly enough, 2 wing T offenses in the span of 24 hours. Last night's wing T did lose 48-17. Tonight's wing T favored to win by a similar scoreline of 30 points. But once again, Charlie Levac, one heck of a quarterback for the CVCA Royals. He looks to have a good start to his night here on 1st down and 10. As expected, it is a handoff to the Rutgers commit, Joey Kopak. And Kopak will be downed at around the 29-yard line. Solid pickup on the play. They will give him 5, setting up 2nd down and medium.
Expect to see a high dose of him tonight. Obviously, the Rutgers commit, but definitely going to be a big part of the CVCA game plan.
No surprise at all. I mean, when you have a workhorse back just like him, there's only so much that you can do without giving him the rock. So now 2nd down and 5, ball spotted at their own 29. Once again, 2-back formation. Handoff this time goes to a different back. That is Zach Anderson, and the Turf Monster gets him.
Just barely.
And that is Noah Wallace in on the tackle for the Namers. And that'll set up 3rd down and still manageable, but 3rd down and medium for the Namers, or rather for the Royals. And if you're CVCA here, you've ran the ball twice, you need 1 yard. I would bet we're going to see another run on 3rd down.
I would have to agree.
You need to get the ball just a little bit further. Here's the bunch. Here's the set. It's Kopak getting it on 3rd down and 1. And he will spin after the initial contact, picking up a couple and earning a CVCA 1st down.
Expect to see a lot of that tonight. Expect to see CVCA controlling the clock pretty well. Obviously, when you have more of that running approach, that's kind of what happens.
That was Nick Nemeth in on the tackle for the Namers. Expect to hear his name called quite a lot tonight, as he is truly the workhorse, everything for the Holy Name Green Wave, both on offense and on defense. So back to the 2-back formation for 1st down and 10. Levac under center for the Royals. This time it is going to be a pitch play and a great breakaway run for CVCA. A clear 1st down once again. That is the first time we see Kopak number 2. That's Tommy Kopak.
Yeah, I mean, just like his brother, steamrolling out of the gates, and it's a big play there.
Tommy more known for his defense on this roster, but still not at all a bad year. 29 carries, 238 yards, and 3 scores. You look at older brother Joey, though, 43 carries, 363 yards, and 7 touchdowns. I mean, both Kopechs have been amazing this year. As you would expect, Tommy gets it once again on back-to-back first downs, and he is unable to get back-to-back first downs, but very close to it, as they will give him 9 on the play. But so far, all runs, and this is where Levac's sneaky arm really comes into effect. You get close enough, you're in Levac range, if you will. He's going to take a shot, and 9 times out of 10, or 25 times out of 34, he is going to connect.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're hitting that high of a percentage, you got to feel pretty good about it, but you kind of lull the defense to sleep with all these runs, and then you attack them with the pass.
Well, now at their own 29, or rather Holy Name 29, there's Levac's shot. His pass is incomplete, going towards Braden Harris in the end zone. Excellent defense by Noah Cunningham.
Yeah, great defense down the far corner of the end zone, and just a good job. We just talked about it, trying to attack him with the sneaky pass, but unable to get him there.
And once again, looking at the replay, that was excellent coverage once again by Noah Cunningham. We've talked about him so much this season, and his growth has been tremendous. Holy Name needed a guy like him to step up, and he really has in a big way for the green and whites. Second, third down and 1 of the day. Handoff, first down once again. It goes back to Anderson. This time the Turf Monster doesn't take him out.
Zach Anderson carries the ball.
And that was the one that ruined his run the first time. Just got caught up by the turf. The new turf here at Brooklyn. And just lost his footing. That time a nice, good run. You move the chains. You're closer to the red zone now at the 26 of Holy Name. You just got to keep it rolling like this. You're chewing plenty of clock as well. 8:40 left to go in the first quarter. And you are just building the anxiety up for the Holy Name offense as they await their turn.
Staying ahead of schedule.
That has been the big thing. Once again, it's Anderson on first down and 10, and he will take the Royals inside the red zone, give him to the 19. A solid pickup of, I believe, 7 on the play, setting up once again a play ahead of the sticks and a second down and 3. And Cam, once again, CVCA staying ahead of schedule. You do this the whole game, you win the game.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough to stop them on defense, especially kind of with all this motion and variety on who is actually getting the carry. But this defensive line and this linebacker core really needs to step up here for Holy Name.
As Mike McDaniel said, they lost the game by losing the game. They won the game by winning the game. Once again, it's a pitch play. Once again, it's Anderson, and he stays up, and he is in. Touchdown, CVCA!
Wow.
Zach Anderson.
What a bolstering run by Zach Anderson. The first time he ran the ball, he slipped. The second time, he got a first down. And the third time, he put CVCA on the board. A great hero's journey of sorts on the opening drive of the game.
Yeah, it didn't even look like that run was going to go too far, but just kept his legs moving, kept pushing, and ends up in the end zone.
That's just what CVCA does so well. So many runners. You never know who is actually going to get the football. And here comes the point after attempt. Their kicker so far 24 for 25 on the year. And now he is 25 for 26. A nice kick by Luke McQuillan. McQuillan has been a great kicker for the Royals all season. And yet again, he adds a point after. With 7:49 on the clock and quarter number 1, CVCA strikes first. And they have a 7-0 lead here on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Welcome back to Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. 7:49 left to go in the opening frame. CVCA gets the opening touchdown courtesy of the junior Zach Anderson. And CVCA, as expected, takes an early 7-0 lead over the Holy Name Green Wave. And once again, they kind of go in a bunch here. But the big thing to look at for their special teams units, they love the pooch kick. In team history, their average field position to give up on a kick is the 35-yard line. They love a short kick. And there it is on display. I think that's the definition of it, as it'll be taken inside the 20. And it's a great return for the Namers, and that'll set them up past the 45. Excellent resolve by Nick Nemeth to stay up, and they stay ahead of the Royals' desired field position.
Yeah, it's a great thing when you go for the pooch kick, and then all of a sudden one of your premier running back hits the ball and has a full head of steam going down the field.
So now here comes Connor Jamison, a shaky start to the season, 4 touchdowns, 7 picks. How does he adjust tonight?
I think kind of going back to what we saw early on, you got to start him off with a couple screen passes here and there, kind of got to get him comfortable in there, and then you got to break it out, try and see if he can attack the field downfield.
And a big thing to look at for Holy Name, a big 6'3" thing, that is Nathan Davis back in the lineup today after an injury. Glad to see him back up and active tonight for the green and white. First down at 10, handoff, it's Rodriguez. Gets a big hit but stays alive, going now down to the 48. He started in Holy Name territory, now in Royaltown. Not a bad run for Xavier Rodriguez.
Pretty promising first carry tonight. I mean, definitely not horrible.
He is the bell cow back now, 78 carries on the year, including that one. And you add those 6 yards, he is up to 486. So he needs 14 more yards to get past the 500-yard mark. And I would expect him to get that tonight with ease, especially if that is going to be the game plan here. Seconds down and 4. It is a fake handoff. It's a keeper for Jamison, and he just kind of throws himself towards the line to get, and it looks like he will be maybe a yard short.
I do not think he meant to do that because Rodriguez kind of turned around and said, "Where's the ball?"
And there is a flag on the play, and that could be some kind of illegal procedure. We'll see what they end up saying here, but I don't think that was the play call necessarily.
And it looks like Holy Name is moving back, and it's going to be a holding on Holy Name.
And that's the big thing with those broken plays. Holding becomes so much more likely, and there it is on display. I mean, Cam, we've seen a lot of Holy Name football in our day. I mean, what's this, the 4th season? It's been 5 years of covering this team, 4th season of actually actively broadcasting the team. We've seen a lot of broken plays, but not too many, as a lot of the broken plays that we have seen have become some of the best plays. And a lot of those broken plays, they look broken at first and then become great plays, such as Kevin Pavanka's big touchdown against Canfield in the Final Four a few years ago. Jamison in play action on 2nd down. His pass over the middle is hauled in. It's a big catch by Carter Varga. No, incomplete. Had it for a second, and now they say
now
no.
They say,
wait,
no,
what
now
are we
they
doing?
say they do. I thought he was saying it hit the ground. Like,
yet another nonsense. Yet another nonsense. Is that just what happens when we're here?
Well, I thought he was saying it. He was like smacking the ground like it hit the ground, and then I guess.
I think he's just fired up. Let's see it here.
No, the referee to the side. He was like this. I don't.
Okay.
I thought he meant that he was down. Maybe he was down by.
He had to be down by contact then.
I mean, it's high school, so you're down once your knee hits the ground.
A very interesting play, and there is the second flag, and that'll haul things right back. But what a catch by Carter Varga. Had that scary injury a few weeks ago. He said he was fine in more or less colorful words than that. But glad to see that he is okay and back active for the Namers, as he has been a big bright spot for them. The big tight end coming in at 6'1", 195 pounds. We talk about Holy Name tight ends, and, well, for our time covering the team, that's a very short list. I believe Stephen Bowling on JV 1 year, and, well, finissimo. Nothing else. I think Colin Phelps was the one that we look at back in 2020 for the last true tight end. Hot pass, it is caught over the middle by Nick Nemeth, and that'll get them past the initial line of scrimmage. Give them now 2nd down and 9. But there is once again that hot pass, and I don't know why we're seeing it. Or rather, 2nd down and 14, excuse me. We'll gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot this year, and I feel like it just doesn't work.
He got 1, and that's obviously not ahead of the sticks.
We keep going back to it. It's interesting.
Maybe there's something behind it. Maybe it's more of a screen look, and that's what he's trying to get, and it's a screen design. If it's a screen, then yes, that is kind of what you would see from a screen pass, but I don't think that is necessarily a screen. This time it's a handoff on 2nd down, and not much going once again. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Namers as Rodriguez gets stuffed pretty much at the line of scrimmage, but they'll give him 1 in the end.
And this is where Jamison has to step up. Probably going to be a pass play here, especially when you're this far behind the sticks. Got to use your arm.
I mean, 2 for 2 today. Obviously, the short little 1-yard pass, but the big one going right into the big mitts of Carter Varga. That's the one that we look at for his positive film today so far, and something that he has to try and redo here on 3rd down and long. Ball spotted at the 45 here. It is 3rd down and long. Jamison, his pass, it is incomplete. A late hit as Cunningham went for the ball. Nowhere near the ball in the end, as it'll now bring on the punting unit. The Namers a solid start to the drive, but in the end it does fizzle out before they can really get going.
Tough. Like I kind of started out, it was a pretty promising, especially the first couple of carries. Obviously the big catch, but kind of like you said, just fizzles out here at the end, and your now defense has got to try and flip the switch and try and replicate, or actually change what they did last time.
And there is Nick Nemeth with a big boot inside the 10-yard line. And here come the Royals. It's a solid return. Almost lost the ball there. That ball kind of did come awry in Harris's arm. Able to stay with it. And that'll bring back out Charlie Levac on the offense. They scored on their first drive courtesy of Zach Anderson. CVCA pretty much has said, hey, Namers, we are going to be running the ball. You got to stop it.
Yeah, like you said, they've kind of challenged them to stop the run, and that's what it's going to be about. And then we saw one time already try and throw in occasionally, not so much of as a trick, but kind of just something they have in their back pocket, the rollout pass with their quarterback, and that was good coverage by Noah Cunningham on that play in particular.
So now 1st down and 10 at their own 31 for the Royals. Handoff here, and it is immediately going to die. Jeff Bird once again in the backfield.
I mean, he has been so good all year long. I mean, not starting out, being on the starting defensive line, but a couple of injuries have put him in there and really showing why he is starting.
And we'll look at it again on the replay, just seeing where he stands here. Just lines up as an interior, swims through, and boom, there he is, shooting the gap, taking down Reed Jones with ease. And back to the action we go. 2nd down, pass is caught by Kopeck on the far side, and once again, nothing going. It's an excellent open field tackle by Tomianko.
So, I mean, so far, 2 plays, getting them behind the 6, getting them way behind schedule. Do they still go with the run here, or are they going to elect for more of a passing play?
And if you're Levac, you have to pick out one of your big guys, a big target. We'll see who he opts to go with here if he does take a shot. Most likely it would be Harris. But then again, could be a screen to Kopeck, could just let him get out in space, or if there's enough space, Charlie can run it himself. Wouldn't be surprised as all to see that. I don't think either of us would be.
Always have to keep an eye on the quarterback.
So 3rd down and 11. CVCA needs a lot here to keep the drive alive. It'll be a pitch. It's a successful run, and it is a 1st down for the Royals. Nicely done by Tommy Kopeck. And that's how you catch a defense off guard.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't expecting it, especially on the 3rd and long, but like you said, catches the defense off guard and ends up with a huge gain there.
You obviously have to pass commit there if you are Holy Name. You can't get beaten over the top on 3rd down and 11. That's the perfect time then to see a run perfectly executed by Tommy Kopeck. And with so many different runners, you never know who is truly going to get the football. 1st down and 10, handoff once again for CVCA, now in Holy Name territory. And it is another solid pickup on the play. For the first time, that is going to be Wesley Keeler. He is on kick returning duty tonight, and on top of that, also running the ball, as he has had a solid year so far for the CVCA Royals. Now 33 carries, but entering play tonight, 267 yards and 3 scores. I feel like that kind of 125 up to 300 range and a couple of touchdowns is kind of what everybody has on their stat sheet.
They spread the ball around so well.
And when you run this style of offense, it's no surprise. And there is yet another 1st down. This time it's Reed Jones.
Another tackle by Jeff Bird, who just came. He subbed out for those 2 plays, the 1st down and then the one that we just had, but back in there and able to make another gain, but not before they were able to get a 1st down.
And a big one, no Kayleon Cleveland tonight, still out due to injury. Having him up there would have made things a lot easier. But Jeff Bird, once again, as you said, a guy that wasn't necessarily starting on the D-line to begin the year, now has all of a sudden become the most important part of the D-line. You said it perfectly. Without him on the field, things seemingly came to a halt defensively for the Namers. So first down and 10 for CVCA. Final minute of this first quarter. Another good run by Anderson up the middle, getting down to the Holy Name 35. Maybe time for one or two more plays in this first quarter.
It's really flown by. I talked about it with like 10 minutes left in the first quarter, but when you're running this mostly run-heavy offense, you're really chewing the clock down.
And I'm not surprised. CVCA, they're going to possess the ball a fair amount today, but when they possess the ball, they want it to be quick. Potentially, if not quick, they want to be productive with it while also drilling clock. Here is Charlie Levac running the rock for the first time, and he will get rocked in return. He does get the first down, but a pile drive to the turf.
Big hit there. I was going to say, I believe that was Nick Nemeth there, especially when you see that big of a hit.
And Noah Wallace involved as well. That's a big one to note, as he is the future of the middle linebacker position for the Holy Name Green Wave. And that will do it for the opening 12 minutes at Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. CVCA, courtesy of Zach Anderson, get on the board early, but nothing since then. 7-0 your score in Brooklyn, as you are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Welcome back to Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. Handoff to get things underway in the second quarter, but nothing much else going. Another nice tackle by the Namers as they get to the backfield quickly.
Another good stop on first down, but they need to be able to repeat it on second and third, and especially when you're in this territory, fourth.
And as you heard over the PA, Jeff Bird in on yet another tackle. He has been a key player tonight as expected, and he will continue to be that for Holy Name's defensive line. But you are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Through one, CVCA up 7-0 on the Holy Name Green Wave, courtesy of a touchdown from Zach Anderson. Levac rolling out, his pass is caught, and an immediate hit shaken. And it's a nice game by Zach Anderson once again. And we're seeing Levac work in a passing fashion quite often. A lot of play action, but he's working in a really good rhythm with it.
Yeah, his receivers are just getting open downfield and not too difficult of throws he's had to make, and then especially the yards after contact, the yards after catch.
So now third down and medium. Obviously there is a solid leg on McClellan if they do want a field goal. But this could become four-down territory. We will see. Bunch formation once again. There is the pitch, and there is the first down for the CVCA Royals. This time it's Wesley Keeler. And once again, you can keep track of the Kopaks. You can keep track of Levac, even Harris. But Keeler, Jones, those guys, they sneak in and they make you pay pretty quick. And I feel like that is the sign of a great team. Everybody knows CVCA is going to run the football quite a lot. But in this game, so far, Holy Name, they have managed to shut down or minimize the effect of a couple of backs, but not everybody as expected. Once again, some misdirection. This time, it is going to be Levac keeping it, and he will be spun down along with a member of the chain gang. One of the chain gangers got knocked down, and it appears that he is okay on the far side. A scary sight on that far touchline, if you will. So it'll be second down here now. But Charlie Levac, a powerful rush, and
a powerful follow-through even. Ball now spotted at the 16-yard line. CVCA not too much further they have to go here. And we'll see what they cook up on second down. Once again, it's a handoff and nowhere for Anderson to go, but there is a flag in the end. And this could make things very interesting. Patrick Soul in on the tackle, and we will see what they end up saying here. How much room was there for anything to happen extracurricularly?
I feel like there was, and they're going to say personal foul, face mask on the defense.
Well, there's room for that.
Face mask against Holy Name.
And that'll move CVCA just a bit closer to the end zone again.
Should be first and goal.
And if you're CVCA right now, you're thinking, how do we make this hurt the most? What is the most demoralizing way to score right now? And I kind of think a little bubble pass from Charlie Levac would do the trick. We'll see if Charlie does get the time of day to pass. He will. He will roll out to the near side looking for an answer, and he has it. Touchdown, CVCA. No, they say it's incomplete.
I think as he was sliding to the ground, the ball also hit the ground.
That was for Walkley, the tight end, but it looked at least like he was going to make that completion happen. And after that face mask and after just a couple of slow passes, that was what Levac needed.
Yeah, I mean, definitely good to get him out in open space, find the wide open tight end, but just couldn't haul it in there.
And I feel like that's happened a couple of times, a couple of very good passes from Charlie Levac, just not finding his intended target in the end. So now it is second down and goal at the 6. This time there will be a handoff. It is Tommy Kopak, and Kopak is able to get maybe a few on the play, as it'll be now third and goal from the 3.
Third and goal.
I expect just 2 more runs. 2 more runs right up the middle.
In principle, 2 more stops and you're home free. But obviously, easier said than done for the Holy Name defense and really anybody in this spot. But I think you said it perfectly right now, Cam. I mean, you're 3 yards away. You get a yard or 2 on each carry. You're in the end zone. So here come the CVCA Royals. Third down and goal. It'll be Kopak with it, and he is down well behind the line.
And who else but Nick Nemeth sniffing it out in the backfield. A big TFL there. Probably still going to be going for it here, especially still inside the 10-yard line. I believe they're marking down at the 5 or 6.
And that's the beauty of the wing tee. I kind of couldn't tell who had the ball.
Yeah, there was a lot of motion there. I believe 3 running backs in the backfield. I believe the last running back got the carry on the toss out left, but didn't matter. Nick,
and they did just wave off the flag there.
I didn't even see the flag.
I don't know if any of us did. So here we go, 4th down and goal. You got to get a stop here.
I don't want to say something crazy, but I expect another run.
I think same exact play design that we saw with Walkley
on the rollout. I definitely could see that, especially given Levac's legs and trying to run it in. But they're going to want to talk things over before this play.
I was about to say, Cam, we pretty much mentioned their whole entire playbook with 2 different comments. So one of us is going to be right.
One of us.
But to be fair, they could also say, you know what, McClellan, go out there, make it 10-0.
I just don't think they're going to do that.
I don't see it either, but you never know.
That is very true. But, I mean, you made it all the way down here. Your offense has just done so overpowering on this Holy Name defense so far. I just say, why not? If you don't get it, Holy Name's offense, which hasn't been great today so far, well, it was good on the one set of first down, I guess, and then the second one they looked completely different.
And I mean, CVCA's offense this year averaging over 43 points per game, which is absolutely absurd. They can score. If they don't get everything here, it's okay. I do think they will keep the offense on the field. That is what they should do. Worst comes to worst, you pin the namers, and then you make Jamison have to have a good outing.
They are going to keep their offense on the field.
I mean, worst case scenario, we saw it, I believe, over in the Dublin game. You go for it there, you pin them deep, which they didn't do, and that kind of cost them in the end.
Yeah, and then you force the offense to try and go 95 yards the other way.
So here we go, 4th down and goal. It is Levac rolling out, potentially could keep it himself. He will, and he is in. Touchdown, CVCA. There is Charlie Levac using his legs.
Well, I mean, we kind of both called it a little bit. We talked about kind of running that same play as before. They ran pretty much the same exact play, rolling out to the right. I talked about always trying to keep an eye on him, make sure you have someone to keep an eye on him, make sure he isn't able to use his legs, but just able to turn the corner there, gets a couple of key blocks, and just squeezes inside the pylon.
And that was the tight end who dropped it moments before that in Walkley with that crucial block setting the edge. And here comes the PAT attempt from McClellan. And it is true. A very nice kick from him. And CVCA is up 14-0 on the Holy Name Green Wave. 8:54 on the clock in the first half. We will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors. Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking. Well, Cam, CVCA's offense is here, and they are coming as advertised so far. 2 drives, 2 scores, and 2 excellent touchdowns. Your thoughts so far on these Royals, clearly showing why they are 5-0 on the year.
I mean, they are just really dominant all around, especially their defense really stepping it up big after Holy Name was able to get that long first down catch. And then their offense has just been grueling so far. A lot of run plays, just a lot of hard work in the trenches.
And there comes the bounce. Cunningham, he just has to fall on it. And it'll be a long field in front of Connor Jameson. We talked about even if they didn't get it, Holy Name would have been pinned deep. They're still pinned deep, but just with an extra 10 yards added on.
Yeah, they mark them at the 13-yard line, so still a large field to go.
So drive number 2 for Connor Jameson. Drive number 1, we did see a couple of completions, 1 incompletion to end the drive. What does he have to do here? That is our big question. We're going to ask it a lot, but that is the number 1 thing at the top of the question jar.
Run the ball. Run the ball, set up the play-action pass.
Holy Name has been predominantly a run-first team over the past half-decade and beyond, so no surprise if that does happen here on first down and 10, and it will. It is a handoff, but nothing going for Xavier Rodriguez. Immediately down, it looked like Reed Jones was in the area for the Royals. And Reed Jones coming in at 5'11", 190. A very good stature for the junior, a very good frame for a solid but physical linebacker.
I wouldn't be surprised if they passed it here. They brought in 2 pretty bigger bodies, and they are going to go empty.
Well, Cam, unless J-Mo is about to scramble, it is going to be a pass. At least something's going to happen here. It is Cunningham on a wheel route, and he will get it out in the flats, and he is rocked on the sideline by Tommy Kopeck. Wow.
Big hit.
And that is what you expect from the Kopeck brothers. Nothing less.
I mean, but not a bad play design, especially when you are stuffed on first down and you're able to get Cunningham with a full head of steam going forward and at least get 5.
That was the 5th catch of the season for Cunningham, but you'll see it here. Just gets rocked by Kopeck. Once again, you look at their statures, Cam. I mean, 6'1", 205, 6'2", 210. No, thank you. And I thought Logan Burden was bad at practice. So 3rd down and 5 for the Namers. Handoff. This time it's Nick Nemeth trying to bounce to the outside. Joey says, I am not being outperformed by my little brother. And there is the big tackle for the Rutgers commits.
Yeah, Nemeth tries to get the stiff arm out there, but just unable to.
And it is a 3-and-out sequence for the Holy Name Green Wave. And here comes the punting unit. And this is where CVCA really just puts their foot on the gas and says, we're off to the races.
Yeah, I mean, really just been dominant so far. Outside of that first down catch by Holy Name, their defense has really came to play.
And we will see how far of a punt Nick Nemeth can get here, as he needs a good one. And it looks solid on the initial read, but kind of lost in the mix. Able to get it back into CVCA territory, but still solid field position for Charlie Levac.
We will keep it here. Levak's touchdown on 4th down and goal was really a great play. And once again, if you are Walkley, the tight end who dropped it, you have to feel good knowing that you set the edge, you sealed it, and you made up for your mistake, still putting 6 points on the board, and then a 7th, courtesy of the kicker.
Yeah, you helped to get your offense in the end zone. Still, like you said, unable to come up with that one. I believe that was on first or second down, but still kind of flushing that memory away and being able to play for your team and not for yourself.
So now CVCA back out for the 3rd time. A lot of moving pieces and a lot of guys that can easily get the football here. Does Levak start to throw the ball a little bit more to try and get a one-play drive?
I don't think so. I think they're just going to keep going with what they know.
There's only so many questions that you can ask about this offense when 9 times out of 10 they run the ball. So we're always going to ask it. Levak will keep on 1st down and 10, slipping out to the outside and finally coming back in, but he is met immediately. Once again, Jeff Bird in on the hit.
I don't know if that was a design keeper. It looked like he was a little lost in the backfield and then decided, I'm just going to follow my blockers and try for the best.
But maybe not the worst decision for Charlie Levak, the senior quarterback of CVCA, 5'11", 175. Now his brother Ricky, a sophomore, plays college football for the University of Mount Union. And he has moved up the depth chart quite a lot. And actually, Cam, last year at BW, that was, I believe, Ricky's debut on the varsity. 2nd down, handoff. It's Joey Kopech for the Royals. And he will be met kind of quick. And it'll be a gain of a few on the play. But now Levak, a good rotational piece for the Purple Raiders in a deep linebacker room. As a sophomore, he has stepped up in a big way, learning from guys like Weston Arthur and Caleb Brown, guys who terrorized your quarterback, Charlie Bubonics, last week.
Yeah, I saw a pretty heavy dose of him, especially there in the second half where it started to kind of Mount Union pulled away a little bit more.
And as well, I had my freshman year FYS class with Ricky Levak, always a positive voice in there. So shout out to Ricky if he's watching, and I'm sure he'll tell me that he is still better than his brother. 3rd down and long here for Charlie Levak and the offense. Good elusivity, and he gets the 1st down. Absolutely beautiful by Charlie Levak.
Wow. I mean, just like you said, very, very elusive. Really, I mean, just what a play.
Maybe Charlie's hearing the pseudo conversation. But what elusivity once again by the quarterback. And Tomiyanko, he picked something out. He saw something on the near side. Can't really tell what he was pointing at, but you saw it on your replay there. He immediately started jumping up and down. Once again, it's play action. Pass is caught. And it'll be taken in by Zach Anderson. And it is close to the 1st down marker, right at it. And I think they're going to move the chains. There it is. Back-to-back 1st downs for the CVCA Royals.
And still with the clock ticking, under 5 minutes now, 4:44 on the clock and still rolling.
If CVCA scores another touchdown with an extra point tacked on, it would be back-to-back weeks. Holy Name would trail 21-0 at the half.
And that's all if they're lucky.
But as things stand, the offense will have to play in the second half for back-to-back weeks, which doesn't seem like anything crazy, but it would be only the 2nd time this season that would happen. Once again, it is going to be Keeler, and Keeler gets another big pickup. Give him around 7 on the play. And we go back to CVCA's punting philosophy, Cam. It's you don't do it.
Yeah, non-existent.
2 punts, one by basically the JV guys against Boardman on the road in Youngstown, and then one last week from Levak, a 50-yard punt at the JTO. I mean, this offense stays on the field. Special teams, they're kind of there by formality, as the offense does a lot of the heavy lifting, and same with the defense. 2 really good units. CVCA scoring 43 points per game while allowing 9 so far this season. 2nd down and 3, and it is going to be a solid gain on the play. Once again, it's Keeler. And Keeler does enough to move the chains for another CVCA 1st down. And once again, it's hard to tell who gets the ball in this offense.
Yeah, it's definitely very difficult. Like I was talking about earlier in pregame, a lot of motion, a lot of misdirection on who gets the ball. So it's a pretty tough task on the defense.
Yeah, I'm trying to track from up here, and I'm like, okay, where did the ball go? What did I miss? Always something with this CVCA offense, and that is the beauty of pretty much wing T. A formation popularized at the OHSAA. Oh, first of all,
Jeff Bird, a heavy hit there on the false start. I don't know if that was necessary. But going back to my point there, Cam. Okay, it's going to be offside, but Mansfield Senior back in the day before they went and did a spread offense and now haven't won this year, unfortunately for them. They were a wing T team. They really popularized that format, and now guys like Zach Slates over at Minerva, formerly Massillon Perry, have adopted that ideology, and we see the same thing from Nick Cook.
You know, I thought that was going to be a false start, but
the way that Jeff Bird followed through on that was not necessary, and if he does that against Padua in a few weeks, yeah, that's a personal foul. It's going to be Jones on the carry, and Reed Jones able to get close to the first down marker, maybe a yard shy. So it'll be 2nd down and 1 after the pickup of 4 on the play.
And clock's still ticking. Probably by the time they snap this, it's going to be around 2:10.
And once again, Holy Name has possessed the ball twice. They do get the ball to begin the second half. So making this 14-0 at the half, that would give them a shot. Make it a 1-score game out of the break. But right now, CVCA, they want that 3-score lead, and they are doing everything to make it happen. There is a flag outside of the play. We will see what it is as Nemeth, along with another Royal, were doing the tango on the far side. I think the flag is behind the play, and it could be a hold. If so, that's big.
I think they're moving. CVCA is moving back.
And I think Holy Name is being informed now of the decision.
I don't even know what that is, but it's a penalty.
We're going with face mask up here. Something happened.
It's a penalty on Holy Name.
There we go. Somebody did something bad, and they're penalized. I think that's the best explanation that we can give.
They did something they are not allowed to do.
Not a really college-approved answer on an essay, but for a broadcast here with minimal explanation, that will suffice. Once again, we do have that on-the-field camera today, courtesy of another big investment of the wireless receiver. We had it yesterday with a phone. Now it is another nice, expensive camera. Very nice to have that camera down there. First down here for the Royals. And once again, some chippiness on the far side, right by the chain gang. I think you saw that, Cam. A little bit of some extracurricular shoving. What's being said on the field? That's my question. And eventually, Cam, I think if it boils over, we're going to see a great play erased. And in a rivalry game, which this is kind of becoming a rivalry, I think the moment that CVCA knocked Holy Name Lacrosse out of the playoffs in 2023, the animosity started to build. Obviously, there's a good amount of respect between these schools, but in a football game like this, Saturday Night Lights, something else is happening. 7 they need. It's Kopech trying to get all 7, and he will. He will take it in for the 6th. Touchdown, CVCA.
Just another great job of really just churning the legs and keeping it moving. Looked like he was going to get stopped short, and then just like I said, kept the legs moving and able to make it into the end zone.
Once again, you needed 7 yards. Kopech got all 7, taking it in for 6. And I think we leave it there.
Oh.
But still, I would say just great clock management by the CVCA Royals. You drill it down to 52 seconds in the first half. And a chance to make it 21-0. Holy Name trying to get a block here. A good chance. They very nearly got in on it. But the extra point is good. I think that was Anko on the edge, just diving almost in front of it. But it'll be 21-0 CVCA. And unless Holy Name can find an answer here, Cam, back-to-back weeks down 21-0 at the half.
Yeah, I mean, they got 52 seconds, all 3 timeouts to do it. But like you said, it's going to be very difficult, especially with how well the CVCA defense has played today.
And as we do have this quick stoppage, our next broadcast will be on Wednesday as the Minerva girls soccer team welcomes in New Philly. 6 p.m. kickoff at Robert H. Hines Stadium. Then on Thursday, a team kind of closer to home as it is the Nordonia Knights on the road taking on the Marlington Dukes. It is senior night at the Marlington Soccer Complex. 7 p.m. kickoff, 6:40 senior night. Then next Friday, it is our penultimate high school football regular season game as it is the Marlington Dukes playing host to the Minerva Lions. 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff at Marlington High School. Looking forward to all of those matchups. And Cam, I think you're looking forward to having a free Friday night once again.
I will not.
Where are you going?
Probably something with 88.3.
There you go. But still something that's not video.
True. Radio.
And something that does not involve you running a camera either, so more relaxed on a Friday night. And here comes the kickoff for the Royals. Holy name, they need good field position to begin. It's Onko, and he gets to maybe the 30. And once again, Cam, there's some more extracurricular shoving, that time with Chris Hyatt. We're not really seeing much of it, but when we do, it's pretty clear. Something's happening.
It's definitely after the play, but it's a little, like you said, something's definitely happening. Something's brewing.
No offense to Holy Name's Week 10 matchup.
That's what I was going to say.
Little shout out. That is going to be our final Friday Night Lights game of the year in the regular season. And then after that, I believe Week 1 of the playoffs, we will have the Alliance playoff game against whoever they host over at Karis Stadium. That'll be a fun one. Once again, we would follow the 6:15 and 7 format for pregame and kickoff. 50 seconds. You got to go nearly 70 yards if you're Connor Jameson in the offense. First down and 10. His pass over the middle, caught by Noah Cunningham. And CVCA, they are going for the football. And Holy Name, they will not use a timeout, but that is 10 seconds gone. They got to keep things rolling here. Seconds down and 2 after the gain of 8. Jameson rolling out to his right. Not much time. Has to just launch it into no man's land. Incomplete. Esso Gonzalez in the vicinity for the Namers. And all of a sudden, it's third down and short, and you got to get something. Otherwise, CVCA, they're going to stop the clock.
Yeah.
And what a turn of events that would be if CVCA could make it 28-0 at the half. They want to. I mean, 27 seconds. If this play is short, you take a timeout. I mean, what, 22 seconds?
I mean, also, yeah, 2 timeouts and a pretty good kicker for CVCA as well. So if they're not able to get into the end zone, they're still able to get in field goal range, or at least attempt a field goal.
But if you're Holy Name, you need something here. Anything from the offense.
I believe that's Luke Hudak in the backfield.
So third down and 2. It is Hudak. It's a handoff. It is a trickery play, but Hudak is taken down in the backfield, but I think it might be a horse collar. You see the way he's taken down by that shoulder pad, Cam, and that might be a lifeline for the Namers.
It is. Personal foul, horse collar tackle.
Personal foul, horse collar.
That's a big one against the Royals.
I mean, I noticed it very quickly. That was not a usual running back in the game. That is quarterback 2, Luke Hudak, who was looking to roll out right and throw a deep pass down the field, try and catch CVC off guard. And now Holy Name is going to talk things over here with a timeout. 19 seconds left.
I'm kind of surprised they're calling the timeout,
Me
though.
too.
I understand why, but where is this ball going to get spotted, first of all? That's my question. Where do you put the football? And is one timeout then enough? Because if this is you take a shot and let Owen Pry come on out, then...
Well, you have 2. So each team still has 2 remaining.
Okay, they didn't use one yet. Oh, yeah, they didn't on that first play.
They did not.
Okay, so 2 timeouts, you need 46 yards. I don't hate that as much. And obviously, Holy Name, coached by Dan Wondolowski, year number 13. He's been around the block a time or 2. He knows what he's doing down there.
I think he knows a thing or two because he has seen a thing or two.
And a Final Four appearance back in 2022. A tough defeat against Canfield, but 3 years in a row in the regional final. 2020 losing to Tiffin Columbia in 2021. A game that we froze at Canal Fulton Northwest against West Holmes.
I thought my toes were going to fall off.
And then a game that Damian and I froze at Maple Heights. Holy Name Padua regional final in 2022. But at the 46, not much time. And something happened. Davis did not move.
He just didn't snap the ball.
It's a false start.
False start against Holy Name.
I don't think the injury returnee was at fault there.
False start. Everybody went to center.
No, the guards didn't move.
Oh, the guards didn't move. Okay.
And now all of a sudden you're back in your own territory.
Making it a little bit tougher on yourself.
I know, obviously, if you're in your own territory, it's up the field and otherwise down. Is this, you're relegated back to your own territory. You're sent to the dungeon for a moment. Pretty much. Now at their own 49, first down and 15. Jameson, he will sling it, pass incomplete, intended for Brennan Preisel. And you see there's Joey Kopak in coverage on your screen down below. So now 2nd down and 15. If you're Jamison, I'm thinking boundaries.
I mean, he was thinking boundaries on that play too, but covered up well by Kopech.
And obviously you don't have a guy like Harry Frank that can come out here and throw necessarily and be a decoy like you had with Luke Hudak, but I wouldn't mind a reversal where even it's a direct snap to Hudak. Jamison gets it in motion to one side, and you run it like that. You got to get something that they haven't seen.
In the same sense, it doesn't matter. You don't have to attack the boundaries. You have 2 timeouts to work with.
And they will flare out a running back here on 2nd down. Jamison has to get rid of it. Out of the pocket.
Into the stands.
You had to make sure he was out of the pocket there, Cam. Otherwise, that was intentional grounding.
Yeah, so they say he did escape the pocket. Now with 11 seconds left.
Right now, it's not moving into better field position for Owen Pry. It's getting a 1st down.
Pretty much setting up for Hail Mary range here. I mean, unless you're able to get these 15 yards that you need.
He just subbed in Carter Varga. I think maybe up a seam, you give him a shot.
Worked earlier.
Carter Varga, a big-bodied tight end for the Namers. And that could be a guy that they do want to attack here on 3rd down and 15. Still at the 49 of their own territory. A long field in front. They need 51 yards. It'll be a fake sweep. Jamison pulls back, and he will get into CVCA territory back near the initial line of scrimmage at the 47. And the clock will stop with 5 seconds remaining.
I believe we took a timeout. That being Holy Name.
Nope.
Oh, nope, they're going to run the clock.
And that's halftime. Holy Name lets the clock run out. They do receive the kick to begin the 2nd half. But CVCA in a very good spot through 24 minutes, up 21-0 on the Holy Name Green Wave. Cam, what are your thoughts there?
Why not take a shot? Why not? What's the harm in taking a shot? Yes, they could return it, but, I mean, why not? Why not? I mean, it's not too terribly long of a throw. I just don't know.
I don't know either there, but overall, CVCA, let's talk about them for a second. A tremendous 1st half, offensively.
Absolutely.
And defensively, too.
Absolutely. I mean, they've really just been dominant, like you said, on both sides of the ball. Their defense really stepping up pretty big there as well to end the 1st half, without allowing Holy Name to score, and their offense, really, the rushing attack has just been too much for Holy Name's defense today.
As the Royals vacate the premises for halftime, we will step aside on Smee Sports and toss things over to the Holy Name High School Marching Band as you are watching OHSAA football on Smee Sports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Enjoy the halftime show, and once that is done, we will be back on to break down the 1st half and talk some college football. A lot of interesting games happening around the nation today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are pleased to introduce the 2025 Holy Name Green Wave Marching Band, which is directed by Mrs. Andrea Nikolajczyk and drill team director Ms. Kimberly Theo. Tonight's show features classic rock hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, performed, covered, remixed, and sampled by countless artists. This song is credited as Queen's best-selling single, with sales of over 7 million copies. Here is Another One Bites the Dust. This 1983 Huey Lewis in the News hit was inspired by a gig the band played in Cleveland, Ohio, with Lewis saying, "The heart of rock and roll really is in Cleveland." Enjoy the drill team's feature 2, Heart of Rock and Roll. First recorded by the Spencer Davis Group in 1966, this song was ranked as one of the 500 greatest songs of all time by Rolling Stone magazine. We close tonight's show with "Give Me Some Lovin'."
They have to just like this. They have 4 songs.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Cohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.cohut@twfg.com. Cohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to all of our broadcast sponsors today, and a special way to CrossFit Strongsville, who is our player of the game presenter, and to Ledgewood Barbershop, who is our broadcast presenter tonight, for making today's telecast possible. Cam, at the half, your score now on the screen, 21-0 CVCA on top, and right on cue. Speak of the devil, Here come the Royals.
Yeah, I mean, they have just been the more dominant team today. Just overall, both on offense and on defense, really controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides. And they're doing what they need to do tonight.
And an interesting thing to look at the end of the first half here, Cam. 5 seconds, could have called a timeout. Holy Name lets it run out and goes to halftime down 21. Your thoughts on that decision?
I don't like it. I talked about it before. Why not take a shot? What is there to lose? Yes, they could take it back and return it, but already down 21. I mean, the most likely scenario that happens, it just falls incomplete. But
or picked and just a knee in the end zone, and that's halftime. But Holy Name does get the ball to begin the second half, and they need a lot to go their way if they are to compete in this game. And I think a lot of that starts with truly unlocking the passing game. We've asked it all night. How do you do it? But once again, Cam, anything new?
I think it's still the same thing. I don't want to see that jumping screen pass again, though. I can tell you that.
Screens are okay.
Screens are okay. It's just the jumping one. I don't know if we have gotten positive yards on it.
We did on the one today. It was a 1 yard gain.
I mean, over the course of the entire season.
And I wonder what's going through that man's mind right now. Joe Airbar, legendary Holy Name coach. If you're Airbar right now, what message do you give to your young quarterback, Connor Jamison, to give him the confidence he needs to get back in this one?
I think you just got to tell him, do what he's been doing in practice, been able to have that success and finding his targets open downfield and trying to get back, like you said, into more of a rhythm.
And let's have some fun with Esso and Connor playing catch here. Let's swipe. Oop, there we go. Connor is going to have the ball again soon. Kind of fun to see that. And there it is. Oh.
Not an ideal time to do that one, I guess.
I think Esso's a wide receiver for a reason on the Holy Name Green Wave, and that'll be the parting line. But looking at CVCA, 3 touchdowns, all of which came on the ground so far. Kopak has 1. To be specific, that's Tommy Kopak. Anderson has 1, and Charlie Levac has 1. The balance has been great. The offensive cadences have been on point. And all the way around, this is true CVCA football, and that's what they wanted to bring to Week 7, and they have done so perfectly. They didn't play in Week 1. They tried Northwest. Northwest declined that game, and they are showing why the Indians declined that matchup. They are 24 minutes away from earning a 6-0 start, and if they do, Cam, the sky's the limit. Realistically, these guys could be at Tom Benson to begin December.
I mean, you definitely very well could be this very well coached team, and obviously they are really executing it on the field here tonight, and they have been throughout this entire season.
But to be fair, some Namer fans are out in attendance tonight. A lot of the student section adorned in pink as they were last night, as this is officially the start of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Always a great cause and always great to see the representation with the colored pink worn by all in the student section around this time. Cam, I'll toss it over to you. We need some halftime scores from some college football games. But before I do, at the half, unless they scored again, last I saw, Wheaton down 21-0 to North Central. North Central, the quote-unquote evil empire of Division III football right now, as they won the Stag Bowl last year. A new regime, but still just as dominant.
So let's go over some big games. Florida takes down Texas 29-21. Virginia beats Louisville in overtime 30-27. Alabama comes out on top over ranked Vanderbilt 30-14. Notre Dame ends up winning 28-7 over Boise State. The big one, the big shocker, the big upset today. Penn State loses to Nico Imiavilea, or however you say his last name.
Nico 2-0.
Yes. 42-37 is the final in that one. I feel like that was probably the biggest game of today. Another big one. Bill Belichick's UNC loses to Clemson 38-10.
Both teams really needed that one. It is an onside kick to open up the second half. We expected to see it tonight. Holy Name comes prepared.
Thankfully.
But once again, Cam, we talked about them with that pooch style, and there it is. But Holy Name now getting the ball around midfield, shorter field position. I think you bring out the run as the hors d'oeuvre, and then once the full meal comes out, that's when you start taking the shots. Maybe Varga. But I would say even more than that, find Esso. We haven't seen him really at all today outside of a blocking role. And then
moments ago overshooting Jamison on the sideline.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
So first down and 10. Ball will be officially spotted at the Namer 47. And we will get a good behind view from our sideline camera as Jamison gets ready to begin this second half. Jamison directing Sanders out in motion. He will drop back. He will take a shot up the field going towards Cunningham. And it is picked off by CVCA. It may have hit the ground, but they say an INT for now. It was caught by Harris, the wide receiver. And it's an excellent start to the second half for a moment, but that should be a dropped ball.
Did that not? He dribbled that.
We'll see this one on the replay. We could have seen it differently.
Unless I was seeing something, I feel like, tracked it really well.
Oh, that's on the turf.
He 100% dropped that.
They're calling that an interception. My goodness. Well, Cam, good interception there. We're going to call it as it is, Cam, because we have to do that. We can't say this is how I would have called it, obviously. But still, Braden Harris gets the first turnover of the game. But we saw it on the replay there.
It did not.
That jumped right back up.
That did not.
And they're going to keep it. Wow, what a call. First down and 10 is Kopech, and Joey is able to get a couple.
Kopech carries the ball.
Cam, I thought for a second that we were officially classified as old because our vision is going.
That's what I thought, too. I thought maybe I blinked or saw something differently, but, after watching that definitely hit the ground. Good job selling it, though. He took it and tried it, acted like nothing happened.
That's nothing against CVCA.
Absolutely not.
Once again, we're playing it as it is called on the field, even if we disagree. A great interception. He tracked it good, albeit with a dribble. He was able to pick it up. Kopech on second down, able to get a nice gain, and he will take it inside Namer territory and right to the first down marker. And it is decision time for the officials, as they will say he is a yard shy. So third down and 1 here for CVCA. And as we said earlier, this is the second game this season that the offense is having to play in the second half.
Now for CVCA, you're probably hoping to not have to play that long, though.
The backup quarterback, Alex Mamoni, we saw him a good amount in the summer as a baseball player, a truly good athlete. No passing stats yet this season for the junior. And the successor of Charlie Levac. Third down and 1. They get more than one. There is the flag. But once again, it is a big pickup by Joey Kopech. And now we will address the laundry.
It is holding. On which team, though? Probably on the offense. But I did see holding.
So that'll bump them right back to before where they started. And it's third down and long. Once again, with the first team on the field, only one punt this season. And that was a big 50-yarder courtesy of Levac. But for those just tuning in, a controversial INT, I think, Cam, for the views, for the monetization, we posted as a reel later, which means I have work to do, I guess,
Yeah, that's
tonight.
what I was going to say.
Squad battles might have to wait a little bit. I've earned the break, though. I have the next 3 days off, and I will enjoy that as my ABS is fixed, which, funnily enough, Cam, the error message is gone the moment the appointment's made. I think every broadcast I have to work that in because it's just
funny.
It's funny, and it's
But
something that
not
grinds
funny.
my gears a little bit there.
Funny, but not funny.
Funny for you, not for me. Third down and 5. It's a pitch, and he is not going to get it. Bird with the wrap-up. It is fourth down and short. And do they punt?
No.
The question is, Cam, with Levac as the punter, will they really be able to tell?
No, but I don't think they're going to punt it. 2 yards away. You've had such success on the ground today. I think they just go right back to it.
The starting wide receiver, Harris, has been taken out of the game for now. So most likely a run incoming. It is a full stack set here. Fourth down and 2. CVCA needs a couple. And Tommy Kopech will get it and then some. He is loose. And Tommy Kopech is in for the CVCA touchdown. What a run by the sophomore sensation.
Wow.
Once again, Oldebro is the one who gets the flowers with the Rutgers commitment. But you got to give some respect to Tommy Kopech, man. 2 touchdowns today.
Yeah, he has just been absolutely electric, able to kind of break into that secondary and let his speed take over.
And the way that he keeps his composure and stays up, that is tremendous. And all the way around, CVCA, an excellent night for them. And with an extra point, they would move within 2 points of a running clock here in the third. They love themselves a running clock game. And the extra point, it is once again true. McClellan 4 for 4 today. And overall on the year, 28 for 29. He has been tremendous, and he has been very consistent, kind of reminiscent of a Cameron Dicker for the LA Chargers. But here in Brooklyn, 9:19 on the clock in the third. CVCA up 4 scores on the Holy Name Green Wave. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Koha Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Well, Cam, an interesting sequence of events. It looked like a ball was dropped by Braden Harris for an interception. They said catch. CVCA drive down the field. 4th down and 2. They don't opt to punt. Tommy Kopak into the end zone for the second time today. CVCA, all CVCA, up 28-0. It's a long kick going against their mantra, and taking it out of bounds is Cunningham inside his own 20. So it's a long field ahead for Connor Jameson and the offense. And once again, if CVCA gets 2 more points, we have a running clock. And Holy Name wants to avoid that. So far in conference play, 21-0 and 28-0.
Yeah, this is the most points, tied for the most points they've given up all year long.
And then all of a sudden, EC becomes must win for the playoffs pretty much. 96% chance entering play today. But a big loss here, that changes things a little bit for the Namers. And if EC gets one on them next week, you have to win against Padua. A game that Holy Name was supposed to lose by 3 scores last year, but they won by 1. First down and 10, Nemeth, a nice stiff arm. There's the flag. He stays up, and he will be finally taken out of bounds. But Nick Nemeth, he is not done yet.
An extra 15 yards tacked on as well. It's a pretty obvious face mask.
But Cam, going back to last year, that was a wild result. I don't know if you watched any of that game, but I was wrapping up over at Louisville for the Louisville Green game, and all of a sudden, you had to make one stop on the goal line, and Padua just couldn't get it done. Deja vu of 2021 in that far end zone, and we'll get to see it again in Week 10. And Padua, they might be out of playoff contention, but their goal, and I'm sure if you ask Coach Kubit, he loves that goal, ruin the Namer party.
Absolutely. I think everyone at Padua wants to do that.
That'll be a fun way to cap off yet another regular season of high school football. Year number 1 with SmeeSports, year number 5 all the way around for me of covering high school football. So half a decade into the job, and it has been a very fun ride. Nemeth upended in the backfield. A nice job by the CVCA defense getting in there quick. And once again, you see him on your screen. It's the Rutgers commit, Joey Kopak with the tackle. They'll say Fry got the tackle, but Kopak right there as well. But Cam, looking at the Kopaks, I had expectations. They have surpassed it and then some tonight.
They have really exceeded them.
And next week, CVCA back home against NDCL. You can watch that game live on CVCA live stream, live from Royal Stadium. Handoff, Nemeth, 2nd down and long, and it will stay 3rd down and long, but Nemeth able to get maybe a yard back on the carry. And now we are at a for sure passing down. And that's the big thing. You want to avoid these for sure passing downs as much as you can, but right now there's only so much that you can do about it.
Yeah, especially when your rushing game gets -1 yards in 2 plays.
So it's going to have to be a jump ball here, Cam. Who gets it?
Esso.
Once again, Esso not really being targeted tonight by Connor Jameson. So 3rd down and 11, around 7.5 to go in the third. Jameson, he will drop back, not much time. A high pass intended for Nick Nemeth, incomplete. And that will do that for the drive. And here comes the punting units. And the fans once again not happy.
I mean, Cam, not much more that you can say. CVCA's defense has been lights out tonight.
They really have. Really just dominant.
6-0. That is what is on the horizon for them. And then you have NDCL, Padua, EC. You beat NDCL. And I think 9-0 is in their future. Number 2 seed, only behind Canfield in Region 9. That snap does bounce in, and it is going to be a shallow punt from Nick Nemeth. And where will they rule this one out? They will say the 45 of CVCA, and that is where the Royals take over. A chance for the running clock when we return to Brooklyn Memorial Stadium.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
.7:23 left to go in the third. And already a whistle. And is it going to be a timeout? Yes, it is. Called by CVCA. And they will talk things over. But so far, Cam, all Royals up 28-0. The defense has been great. The offense has been great. Holy Name still looking for their first points in the North Coast Conference this season. The only team without a point.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not the greatest thing to see, but especially when you go up against back-to-back two very good teams, especially very solid defensive leads. It's a really tough task to do. Obviously, you want to get some points here as towards the end of this game, especially if CVCA is probably going to put in their backup, see if you can't mount not a comeback nonetheless, but at least able to get some points on the board to have some positive momentum going into next week.
And CVCA's defense, a stingy bunch. They've allowed a season-high 21 points to Lake Catholic, but all the way around their average, 9 points per game allowed. They have been dominant. First down and 10, it's Tommy Kopeck already with 2 touchdowns, and he wants a third. Loose on the far side, breaking tackles, and spun down past the 35. Tommy Kopeck has been great tonight for CVCA, but once again, it looks like another great run will be negated by a hold.
And that is very true. That is exactly what will happen.
But once again, Tommy Kopeck has been great today. Offensively, I would say outplaying his brother. Defensively, no. Joey has been insane.
He's been all over. They both have.
I mean, last year, 85 tackles and 6 INTs for Joey Kopeck as a junior. He's had a great tenure at CVCA, and as we said in pregame, he's been a guy that we have heard about since he was a freshman for the Royals. We all knew that he was going to be special, and he has proved it and then some. Not just tonight, but in his entire Royals tenure. Tonight's just one of the many games that he has played in, and really one of the many games that he has been in control of for CVCA. So now first down at 16, screen pass caught on the far side. It is Zach Anderson. He had the opening touchdown, and he is very close to getting another Royal first down. Give him 15 on the play, and once again, his resilience, absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, I mean, just the ability of this entire offense to get those yards after the catch, those yards after contact, really. I mean, it kind of always feels like they're seeking contact, and they're looking for it, and they just kind of bounce right off of it.
And once again, any points on this drive, 2 or more, CVCA puts a running clock on the Namers. And that would be the first time that would happen to Holy Name this year. And once again, they have not allowed a 30-burger yet up until this point. Another solid run by Levac on the far side, and yet another collision with the chain gang. And we will see what happened on that far side. It's an official timeout, so I'm sure something not too pleasant happened on that far side. But Cam, your thoughts on this third quarter so far? CVCA still in control, but I still think that INT has a sour taste in our mouths after obviously looking at the replay and seeing what happened. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, if you're Connor, you can't feel can't feel down about it. Obviously, it'll go on the stat sheet as an INT, but I feel like everyone will know that it should not have counted as an INT, but still not a bad option, especially on 3rd and long to try and throw it downfield, but receiver really didn't get his head around what really wasn't. It was in the general area, but like you said, was kind of looking for that jump ball, but just didn't end up working.
And once again, credit to the CVCA fans who made the trip tonight from Cuyahoga Falls. You see it on your screen right now, and you look across the way, Cam. A lot of fans, and there is the full wide picture, a lot of fans making the trip here tonight to watch some CVCA football, and I'm sure that drive home, half hour or so, is going to be a lot more pleasant given this result.
Absolutely.
And I still feel like the most rewarding game that they have had to travel to was the longest, and that was the Boardman 42-10 victory. I mean, making that trip out to Youngstown after a long Friday at work, that is a different level of dedication. Boardman nowhere near close to any of us here, but obviously known for being the alma mater of Browns legend Bernie Kosar. Played for the Spartans back in the day before coming to Cleveland and helping lead a lot of very talented Cleveland Browns teams back in the 80s. As well, any score updates from the Ohio State game, Cam?
Currently 7-3, Ohio State has the ball marching down the field.
And their goal is to make that 14-3 or maybe even better. So 3rd down here. And once again, it's a big run for CVCA, and they will get the 1st down and then some, bulldozing some namers, and they are inside the red zone. Yet again, CVCA finds a way to get a 1st down, this time Wesley Keeler.
Again, kind of looking for contact. It feels like they're going to get stopped, but they just keep their legs moving, they keep their legs churning, and goes for even more yards.
And we talked about it with the defensive line injuries. You needed a lot of guys healthy for tonight, but only so many guys are up and moving. And CVCA, they just have more runners than namers have D linemen. And that has been a big storyline for tonight's matchup. 1st down and 10, Levac will roll out to the near side. Wide open, touchdown CVCA! And that is the perfect use of a play action pass.
I mean, we talked about it way earlier in the game. CVCA kind of running this ball and running the ball and kind of lulling you to sleep and get you with that kind of quick attack on the pass and just, I mean, no one even near him in the end zone, wide open pass.
And you see Dirk Geiger with that breakaway speed. How close was the nearest namer?
I would say
10 yards?
Yeah, I would say probably 7 to 10 yards.
And this does give us a running clock after this point, as it is 34-0 CVCA. McQuillan looking to make it 35-zip. And he remains perfect on the day. Get another PAT, now 5 for 5. So he is now 29 for 30 on the season. He has been great. And with this running clock, as the CVCA fans voice their approval, we'll have a running clock, and they will work from here. With 5:37 left to go in the 3rd, CVCA up by 5 touchdowns on the Holy Name Green Wave.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
5:22 on the clock in the 3rd quarter and counting, as we do have a running clock at Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. 35-0 CVCA on top of the Holy Name Green Wave. A demolition derby for the visitors on the scoreboard tonight as they look to improve to 6-0 on the year. A solid return on the kick, but not too much going for Blake Troy. If you're the Holy Name offense, you need some answers here. And then at some point, we could see a second-string unit come in, and that could be Luke Hudak coming in, trying to steal the stage.
Yeah, I mean, especially if this game continues to get out of hand. And we just talked about it kind of in the break, but most likely won't be seeing CVCA's first line of offense the rest of this game.
I'd be surprised to see Charlie Levac and company back out on the field looking at the defense. I see Tommy Kopech, the sophomore, but I don't. Oh, there's Joey. There he is. He is still in, so I think the ones are still in defensively for the CVCA Royals tonight. First down and 10 for Connor Jamison. This is a must-have drive for the Namers. You need something here as it is Esso in motion. Most likely a wheel to the far side. And there you go, a pseudo wheel. His pass caught in the flats. It is Noah Cunningham. And he will be spun down past the 40 at the 41 of Holy Name.
Got by Bickley.
That is Bickley in on the tackle. But looking at the matchup so far, Cam, we've talked a lot about it. Getting the passing game going, that hasn't happened. The run game, some solid plays early, just fizzled out at the wrong time. CVCA's running game, excellent. The pass game with Geiger's touchdown, even better. And all the way around, Cam, CVCA, as we mentioned at the break, looks like a team that could be playing at Tom Benson in December. Easily. Second down and medium. Jamison, a bullet over the middle. It is caught. A nice snag by the senior Jeremiah Sanders. And I believe, Cam, you do have a score update from the Ohio State game.
Speaking of Jeremiah Smith, a touchdown reception for him puts Ohio State up 14-3.
And there you go, Ohio State needing some points to really pull away from the Gophers.
Golden Gophers.
Gophers, Golden Gophers. It kind of feels like the fighting whatever. The fighting half the time is optional. Like Muskegum, it's the Muskies.
Fighting Muskies, yeah.
Third down and short is a sweet play for Nemeth. And Nick, he is close to the line to get. And from this angle, I would say he does have enough for the first down. And they will point in favor of the Namers.
Initially, I didn't think he got it, but they gave him the first down.
And once again, looking at Holy Name's schedule, you're on the road twice now. You have to go to EC, then you have to go to Lake Catholic. From the west side to the polar opposite east side. And then back here at Brooklyn Memorial Stadium to wrap up the regular season, taking on the Padua Franciscan Bruins. I mean, that Padua game is going to be interesting regardless of how the teams line up in the playoffs. A rivalry game, always big. Screen pass, incomplete, right at the feet of Cunningham. And Jamison, he will come back to the sideline. It looked like right there for a moment, kind of messing with that arm. But right now, Cam, it's second down and 10. The screen's not working. You got to think of something there. Slants?
I don't know.
The one deep shot going in favor of CVCA, albeit it did look like it did dribble off the ground. Playing some 2K out there in the secondary. It is an empty backfield on second down and 10 for Jamison. Now calling Nemeth in motion. And once again, it is a sweep. And now there is some kind of physicality behind the line. Davis wins down, and it looked like Fry kind of swung him for a second there. Kind of a heavy put down. And as well, Jamison, he got taken down in the process. The sweep goes to the far side, and it is a loss on the play, setting up third down and long. And Cam, I'm not going to lie to you. The moment I saw that, I just got my eyes focused because I thought we were going to see something boil over. Which is surprising in a game like this. It's not a close game necessarily. It's not really a rivalry. It's a conference game. But third down and 13, they will say. I think on the actual field it's 12. But Jamison needs a big play here. Most likely a pass for the Namer offense. To the right of Jamison, it is Nemeth. Third down and long. Jamison has to get rid of it quickly. His pass is caught. But it is well short of the line to get, but it is caught by Tamianco nonetheless. We're at the 49. I think you just keep the offense out here and try one more time.
I think that's what they're going to do.
The only way you're going to get Jamison to be comfortable in these situations is forcing him in these situations in a game that really is sealed. And if he can get the job done here and guide a touchdown drive in favor of the Namers, you erase the running clock, and then you pretty much force the offense of CVCA back out onto the field with Levac and company, not Mamoni.
Trying, if you're able to get the first down here, you try and get some of that offensive, or take some of that offensive momentum into next week. But looks like Holy Name's just going to let this clock run out. So it'll be start of the fourth quarter when we come back.
35-0 CVCA. 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. It's all Royals tonight in Brooklyn. CVCA up 5 touchdowns on the Namers as you are watching OHSAA football on Smee Sports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.
Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits.
Holy Name has to have it here as we will start the fourth quarter once again. Running clock. CVCA up 35-0 on the Namers, and the clock is rolling. Do or die here. Jamison, his pass over the middle. It is caught, and it'll be a Namer first down. Nicely done by Connor Jamison, picking up Sanders.
It's the second time we've seen that connection today, and really a big connection there on fourth down to keep the chains moving.
Jamison needed that one, and that's a good step in the right direction. Now, can he complete the drive? That's the question. One drive at a time right now for Jamison. He's trying to build up here, and obviously the interception not doing any favors as, well, once again, not really his fault as it was bounced, but you got to get him some confidence. EC, it's a must-win game next week. You got to be pretty much crisp and perfect against them. Otherwise, it's not going to go your way. His pass once again caught. This time it's Nick Nemeth. He will get shifty in the middle of the field, and he is driven into the dirt by Fikes. First time we're calling Chiron's number, but what a catch and what moves by Nick Nemeth after the fact.
I mean, that is definitely a huge play and huge momentum right after that fourth down catch for Connor Jamison. Obviously, you get the ball into the hands of your playmakers, and they make plays, and that was a big play there by Nick Nemeth. Juking a couple defenders out, getting those yards after catch, and setting up Holy Name near the red zone.
And this is the Connor Jamison you have to have if you are Holy Name entering next week. And even to finish play tonight, Jamison, he will drop back his pass. It is caught in the flat. A solid gain once again by Jeremiah Sanders. Not a guy that we have really called a lot this season, but if he can stay on the field, he's a guy that could easily become a favorite target of Connor Jamison. But once again, running clock, and a touchdown does erase that. Holy Name, they just need a touchdown here, Cam, and I think that will be a successful start to the fourth quarter for them.
Yeah.
Baby steps right now. Once again, next week, you do have that tough battle with EC, a team very similar to the Namers in many ways. But we'll save that one for the crew over at WOBL as they will have the radio call for that one. Nemeth on the far side, getting shifty again, cuts it up the middle, inside the 10. And it is yet another Holy Name first down, courtesy of Nick Nemeth.
Great play there. Again, get the ball to him in space, and he makes a good play out of it.
Towards the end of the game, the Holy Name offense beginning to heat up. This is what we needed earlier on.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to think back to this if Holy Name is able to push it in here. A little bit too late. I mean, offense finally coming alive here, but where was this earlier in the game?
So now first down and goal, ball spotted at the 9. Jamison directing traffic. Handoff, almost an awkward handoff. And that awkward handoff does result in a TFL once again for the CVCA Royals. And we've seen the connection struggle a lot today. The handoff there, the collision, boom, the play is broken.
I think we've ran that play 3 times today. I don't know if we've gotten positive yards. Well, maybe because Connor did pull it on the 1.
Yes, he did, and going into next week, once again, it's the little things you have to work on, and a lot of little things do add up pretty quick, Cam. As I would know that with my Raising Cane's addiction of eating chicken tenders after games, of 1 turns into 6 pretty quick, but same exact example. Jamison throws, and it is picked off by CVCA, and that is the cherry on top of their 6-0 cake. What a catch.
Yeah, I mean, threw it into triple coverage. Not exactly what you want to see out of your quarterback, and CVCA comes up with a gift.
And we'll watch that one back on the replay. Reed Jones, what an INT. I mean, we're talking about Canes, but finger looking good on the catch. That's nice.
Yeah.
Just good composure. I mean, fading backwards like that is not easy. To keep that balance, to go up, everything about that, it screams of a team that in July, when it's hot, is 90 degrees outside. They're out there running that same exact drill time and time again, making sure everything is perfect. And they might say, Coach, we're going to be a good team. Why do we need to run it? That's why. When nobody's looking, when nobody's watching, that's when you have to be at your best. And to be fair, looking at our numbers, people are still watching the game, but you get my point, 35-0.
Correct.
But Reed Jones, a nice INT. You also look at the other one from Harris, obviously one that should have been erased. But CVCA, they are doing good, and now it is Alex Mamoni in the game under center for the CVCA Royals. Hand off to get things underway, and it is a solid pickup for the backups. This is awesome, though, for CVCA. You want to see these backup guys getting quality minutes here as they try to drill the clock and walk out of here with a win. This is the future for the most part of the program. They have to be ready for next year. CVCA, they don't want to look like Gilmore did, the team who knocked them out of the playoffs. You lose all those guys, and then all of a sudden, you're back down to a 500 team. But Gilmore's still a very good group. But I do feel like, once again, with that football connection as well, the Mamoni-Levac handoff, very similar to the Pantech and Patron. On second down, a nice carry here. Mason Fry not going down, and finally gets the first down. Don't tell the Royals it's 35-0. They're fighting like it's the actual Super Bowl. Gritty team. That's all you can say about them. As well, make sure you do stick with us after this one goes final, as we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. A lot of good Royals up for that award tonight, Cam. So we will have some conversation in the next, I believe, 7 minutes and 10 seconds, assuming the clock does not stop. And if it does not stop for the first time this year, we will be done with the game by 9 p.m. And this is broadcast number 9 of the OHSAA football season for us. 3 more to go. Marlington, Minerva. Or actually, no, 2 more to go. This is broadcast number 10. Hand off here on first down. And he bounces it outside. It's a good run. And he will be finally taken down from behind. And that is Fikes now on the offensive end. But back to it. 2 more games to go. Minerva, Marlington. And then the Parma Holy War, Holy Name Padua. And I think, Cam, 2 very close games.
Probably.
I'll say right now, combined at most 30 points for the winners. Like ahead, I'm saying.
Correct.
I think Minerva wins next week. I could be wrong, but once again, Cam Evanich, heartbreaking arm injury. Best of luck to him with that recovery, especially for basketball season. Minerva has enough, and then Holy Name Padua. Flip a coin. That Padua team does have some bright spots, especially Zolkowski, that kicker. Once again, it is Fikes on the carry, and he will stumble forward for a few. And we saw Zolkowski back in, what was that, week 1. That big 41-yarder for the Bruins against Alliance. And that made it interesting at the half, 14-3, but Alliance obviously put their foot in the ground, and all of a sudden now, Alliance lining up to host a playoff game. After missing the playoffs last year. Impressive work from JR. I know a fan favorite here on Smee Sports. Second down and 7 after the gain of 3 for the Royals. Once again, for those just tuning in, Alex Mamoni now in the game under center for CVCA. Handoff. It is going to go to Fikes once again. And he is going to flight to the 40. Now maybe the 41. No, they're going to say the 40. So now third down. No passing attempts that we saw in Max Preps this year for Alex Mamoni. Do we change that here?
I don't think so.
Obviously you could. But I think right now they're going to try and run this one for 2 yards and once again get a fresh set of downs as we now have 5 minutes and counting to play. A lot of conversations to be had when this one is done, though. A lot of talking points, a lot of things for CVCA heading into a game against NDCL, and then for Holy Name heading into EC. Third down and 2. And that is enough. They get 3 on the play, and that'll be a CVCA first down.
Another score update from down in Columbus, Ohio. Ohio State extends their lead. Carnell Tate with a 44-yard catch in the end zone. and Ohio State's up 21-3 over Minnesota.
And on the sideline, Luke Hudak is warming up to come into the game for the Namers at quarterback. He might not have the shot, though.
I was going to say, 4 minutes left to go, and if this keeps going the way it is, probably won't be seeing the field.
I would be surprised if he does. Once again, just based on the way that things are going right now. First down and 10, less than 4 minutes to go. Mamoni, he will pitch. It is Fry, and Fry maybe gets a couple.
The ball carrier.
Maybe one.
Stopped by Carter Varga.
And that is Varga in on the tackle. Holy Name now falling in this one will go to 4-3 on the year, Cam. You got to win next week. You got to win.
Absolutely.
If not, you're going to be 4-5 most likely entering Padua. And the Bruins have a chance to ruin your season. That's the thing. You got to be careful about that. We said it with Minerva. You couldn't wait until Carrollton in the last game week to get into the playoffs if you're going to get in. You have to win against Marlington on Friday, and that is not a guarantee, but definitely a good possibility. Handoff this time. It is Perot, and Perot is able to get near the line to gain. It'll be a pickup of 9, and will they move the chains? It appears no, maybe a yard shy, so 3rd down and short for CVCA. And now we have less than 3 to go, and the buses have officially been started. And if you're CVCA, I think they said those buses started a long time ago. Once again, just a lot to unpack from tonight. First time Holy Name has allowed 30 points in a game this season, and this will be their biggest defeat of the campaign so far. And on 3rd down, it's another first down, and I think that will spoil any opportunity that Hudak has to come into the ball game as QB.
I would agree.
I think you just throw him out there on defense to finish. We've seen him play safety, and yes, he is in the game now as a safety. I don't hate that decision at all, as we are down to the final 2 minutes of regulation. CVCA improving to 6-0 on the year. Just a tremendous start for the Royals. Once again, it is going to be Fikes, and Fikes fighting forward, gets past the 40 and down to about the 37 of the Holy Name Green Wave. One final reminder, stay with us after our final commercial break as we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. And as well, Cam, this would be back-to-back shutouts against the Namer offense. The only team in the North Coast Conference yet to put a point on the board in conference play. They have to change that next week. Final couple of plays here, 2nd down and 4. Here's the pitch, and it is immediately blown up. Jovan Miles Jr. with the initial hit for the Namers. And that is a late big positive for them.
Pretty much 1 to 2 more plays here. Depends how long they let this. I believe 2.
I think 2 as well.
Well, this is 3rd down. Or no, they're just going to kneel it. They're going to wait for it to get under 40 and then kneel it.
So that is going to do it for this one. Once the clock goes past the 40-second mark, there's a huddle person on the field, They're ready for this one to be done. Mamoni takes one final kneel, and that will do it from Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. CVCA, a statement win tonight under the Saturday Night Lights, taking down the Holy Name Green Wave by a final score of 35-0. Cam, CVCA had a game plan coming into this one. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And they ran the ball into the end zone 4 times and threw it in there once.
Yeah, just really dominant today on both sides of the ball. Just really, like you said, coming in with that game plan of running the ball and really showed their dominance.
And dominance they had in this one. 35-0 your score from Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. One final commercial break, and then we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville as you are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. And there are the Royals down below. They are loving this one. Some action there from number 13, Braden Harris, and number 5, Nick Schober.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Located at 6031 Royalton Road in North Royalton, Fire 45 is your go-to restaurant. Whether you are coming in to watch the big game or to enjoy a meal, we have just the food for you. Want to host a private event? We also do that on our venue side. From a 20-person birthday party to a 150-person wedding, we got you covered. Check out our website at www.fire45cleveland.com. Fantastic foods, handhelds, pizza, Fire 45. Come taste what we have cooking. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Coha Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.cohut@twfg.com. Cohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Welcome back to Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. As we toss things down below, there is the aftermath on the field. 35-0, CVCA gets the victory over the Holy Name Green Wave. Your players of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. To avoid a fight in the Kopak household, Joey along with Tommy get player of the game honors. Cam, they both earned it. Joey more for defense, Tommy for his 2 touchdowns.
Well, I think they are still going to be upset about it, even though both of them got it. Probably each one is going to think they deserved it more, but still, I mean, phenomenal on offense and defense from both of them tonight. Really, they were all over the field. I mean, it felt like we were calling their name every other play, whether it was on offense or defense, just really showing why and how dominant this CVCA team is all around.
We got to unpack this one, Cam. We got to unpack this one a little bit more. I mean, back-to-back games with no points. No points in conference. The only team who has not been able to do that. We got to look at Drew Pastor, Fantastic 50, to see the playoff odds. Obviously, it's not going to be updated right now, but we just got to see where the namers sit right now, because there is no comfortability right now with them in the playoffs, and I think, Cam, you agree with that.
Yeah, something's got to change. Something's got to change on offense.
And we look at Holy Name entering play today, 98% chance in, likely in at 4-6 or better. 14% chance at being home with a 4-6 record or 6-4 record. But once again, you look at this. If you lose out from here, you're 4-6. The teams that you're playing against don't really have any points. It's tough. You might sneak in, but it might be another edition of Holy Name Rocky River from last year, where Rocky River just ran away with that one with ease. That was a 3-14. I just don't know what has to happen. I mean, Nemeth and X, great players. Jameson has the tools. Just needs to put it together. The O-line, not the problem. They held up great today. I will say the O-line played one heck of a game. And I think a lot of that was helped with Ballantyne, Bird, Davis, all being out there. I think Ballantyne was out there at least for a little bit. but Davis in the middle, nothing got through there.
Yeah, it was just tough sledding all day.
As for CVCA, where do you start with this team? I mean, I'm going to once again double down. You're seeing them at least in a regional final, potentially. At least the regional tournament. They win at least 2 playoff games, maybe one if they only have to play one before regionals. Honestly, Cam, regional final, Canfield, CVCA. We're not going to call that game, but we make the drive, and I think we just cover that game in some capacity because that is going to be an instant classic.
I mean, I really think it would. Obviously, both two very talented teams. I mean, after seeing this CVCA team, just, you know, I'm not a big wing T guy. I'm just not. But obviously, CVCA is, and they run it pretty much as well as anyone out there. I mean, really just dominance, a lot of variation on who's carrying the ball, a lot of switcheroos here and there, and obviously they have that pass in the back pocket just in case they need it, and really breaking Hollingham's defense backs.
And I mean, if you want more wing T, next Friday, our next game of the week for high school football, our second to last one, game number 11, it is Minerva and Marlington, 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff, live at Marlington High School. Really looking forward to that one, Cam, as that should be an interesting battle. Once again, Marlington without their star man and Cam Evanich. We'll see how they manage to play without him as Minerva looks for a big win, and that win would guarantee them at least a 500 season for the first time in over a decade. Once again, entering this season over the past 10 years, 4-96 combined record. Now, 4-3. They have really improved, but before that, Minerva and New Philly girls soccer, 6 p.m. kickoff at Robert H. Hines on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, 6:40 senior night, 7 p.m. kickoff, Marlington and Nordonia boys soccer. Really looking forward to seeing the Dukes once again in action. The playoff draw is tomorrow. We decide if we're doing anything outside of football for the playoffs. We'll see what happens there. Obviously, there are some things out of our control with that. We will decide when the time comes if we do any playoff games or not. Otherwise, our next Holy Name game, it would wrap up our fall season, and that would be Holy Name of Hattable football, 6:15 pregame, or I think, Cam, we got to do it, 6 p.m. pregame. I think we got to have an expanded pregame for Holy Name Padua, so probably 6 p.m. at the latest start for pregame, maybe even earlier, 7 p.m. kickoff live at Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. That might be a must-win game for the Namers if they want to make the playoffs. Once again, 98% chance of making it in, but if you lose out, that's a tough one if you put them in or not.
You know, I obviously I have bias for Holy Name. Obviously, we graduated from there, but if you lose out, and especially if your offense looks this bad and this lethargic, I wouldn't put them in. If it's a close game, if they play close and hard these next 3 games and they're close and they're down to the wire, one or two score games, I think you give them the nod. But if their offense plays like this, I mean, back-to-back weeks, 0 points, you can't have it. I know they're really good teams. I know their defenses are both really stout, but it can't happen. It can't happen.
I think Madison gets you into the playoffs right now. They need them to win. They need CVCA to win. They need Normandy to win games. They need CCC. They need their prior opponents to keep winning to make these losses or wins look better. It's a point system. That's what killed us in 2023. It's a new format. Only top 12 make it. That could kill us again here. There's a lot more that we can say for this game, but I think we've said about as much as we can. And given just how this game wins, I think that's pretty much all you can say without getting redundant and getting into the more nitty-gritty Stephen A version of this conversation. I think you'll agree with that one. So we will say, to stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram at SmeeFest2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is 5,250 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you're new, go down below and subscribe. There's no added cost, and it greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports. Shout out to Joe Sewell, class of 24 from Holy Name, for running our scoreboard tonight. And shout out to my dad, David Smee, for being on the field today. We were supposed to have a member of the class of 2026, but he decided, you know what, staying in Medina County is more fun than Holy Name football tonight. And for that, I say, woe to you, Jacob Ragazzo. Hopefully we'll have him week 10. Hopefully we'll have him week 10, and he'll be down on the field with Bryce probably for that one.
Maybe.
We called him out last time already. You got to feel bad, but we did for the CCC game. Is that the new trend? Is that basically the CBS Golasso, Micah Richards? Is your brother turning into that now?
I don't know.
But a long day at the office for the Namers. CVCA gets the win, 35-0 your final. As well, one final shout out to Tim Nichols of CVCA Livestream for sitting down and talking with us yesterday. When I say sitting down, I mean on his drive out to Indiana to see his son play for Wheaton as they take on North Central. North Central, last time I checked, was winning that game, but thank you to Tim. CVCA fans, next week, make sure you tune in against NDCL. That game will be live on the CVCA Livestream YouTube. Tim and his crew always do a great job. It's always a fun time to be with Tim. Hoping to be with him in December for some Holy Name and CVCA basketball. But that'll do it for us here at Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. The Royals win it by 5 touchdowns. He's been Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Brooklyn. And we will see you again on Wednesday in Minerva as the Lions take on New Philadelphia in a girls soccer matchup. But this has been OHSAA Football on Smee Sports presented by Electro Barbershop. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you again next time.